Right, this is my fully functional and 100% working high speed. Everything that you see on here comes with it, with the exception of I want to keep the leg protector, well, these black plastic leg protectors and the pin gulp. So on here we have a very nice back glass. We have the working red strobe light topper. There's a tiny little bit of touch up on the back in there. I'll show you here in a minute. And we have our playfield, which looks much better than most of the ones that I've seen. There is some touch-up in here, and I did put a lot of Mylar in the upper half after I did the touch-up. I'll show you that here in a second. But like this sling piece of Mylar here is a replacement that I put in, and you can see there's a little bit of color matching down there. In the red, if you look at the outlanes, you can see that there's a little bit there on both sides. If you look down here real close in the the wood down there, you can see there's, I think you would call it planking is what it's called down there, just in the outlanes, but I haven't had any real issues with it. I put all LEDs. There's Comet 2 SMD LEDs above the playfield. Underneath it, there's some cheaper LEDs, but they're all in there. There's a couple of cracked plastics. Mainly that guy back there is the big cracked one. I didn't see any replacements for it. It's online. I did manage to score a couple of new popper caps for these. The popper caps are just about unobtainium now. And there's a tiny chip out of that one there on the left, but nothing, nothing major. Now, looking back here, I've done lots of touch-up in different areas. So if I go right around here in the back, you can see that there's a bit there, but once again, from a playing position, that's not something you're going to see. And up here, you've got original Mylar, original Mylar, original Mylar, original Mylar, and then where that line stops, that's where the Mylar stops. So there was some damage on the little playfield there. This spot right here is probably the worst spot on the playfield as far as touch-up goes, but I did my very best and I'm not perfect. I always like to highlight the negatives of the machine so nobody's getting surprised. But you can see there's Mylar in the back now that I put in. So that goes all the way around and back. The ramp, if you look, I guess you can't really see it very well, but there's a little crack in the ramp there. It doesn't affect play. And when you listen in the attract mode, you can hear a little bit of electrical humming noise there. It's there and it goes in line with the LEDs that are here. I troubleshot it a bit. It appears to be just a little bit of noise. If you disconnect the potentiometer, the volume knob on the inside, which I've replaced, you'll still get sound, but you won't get that electrical humming noise, and you won't be able to adjust your volume. But that's it. Once again, I'm just trying to point out the negatives on machines because I hate being surprised. The artwork on the side overall is pretty good for a high speed. I mean, there's, going to be little nicks on pretty much anything. I've done my very best to touch things up where I can. So you can see, like, okay, there was a nick here, and I've done my best to color match and even it out there. Inside here, which I'll show you in a minute. Actually, let me get the keys out. As always, with any machine, I like to do fancy keychains. So we have a gear shifter here. Ooh. The back glass on this looks really good. Like you can see that's an actual real mirror there. Here it is. All the locks work like they're supposed to, if I can reach it. Alright, so I gotta take the back glass out. So if I take the back glass,